That is about as close as I'd like my fingers. So every year you guys ask me if I'm going to the Tinley Park NARBC Expo because it is one of the largest, best expos in the country of the year. Everybody goes there and I've never been able to make it. It's so close but so far from me. But this year I will be attending. So October 7th and 8th is the NARBC Tinley Park Expo. Not only will I be attending, but I am going to do a little meet and greet over at the Fanghub Tarantulas table at 1 p.m. Saturday, October 7th. So if you are attending the expo and you want to for sure run into me, that is where I will be. But if you can't make the Tinley Park show, I will also be at the NARBC St. Louis Expo, which is in November. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. Anyway, speaking of Fanghub Tarantulas, today we have quite the video. So Amy from Fanghub Tarantulas is one of my very best friends, and I want to tell you a little bit about this package because there is a little bit of backstory and context on why I'm going to be unboxing this species. It is a Nandu Tripepii. This is a tarantula that I did have an adult female of for years actually. It was gifted to me originally from Casey Tarantulas. It was one of his personal collections, and when he downsized, he gave me her. Her name was Midas, and I renamed her to Clover, and I featured her quite often on this channel. Oh God, every time. I'd probably say it was maybe a month ago. I was going through all my tarantulas and I noticed that she had passed away in a molt. It was pretty surprising to me because Clover was right next to my bed. So right next to my bed, I had, it was Clover and Helena right next to each other, and they both are in like the bigger Exoteras with the screen top. So every night before I go to bed, I always get a cup of water, and in the morning when I wake up, I used to dump the leftover water in Clover and also Helena's tanks because they're right there and they have the mesh top. And so I would fill their water dishes like pretty frequently. Typically when females have issues molting, it is because they don't have enough hydration. That can really cause issues if it's not like wet enough. And an Tripepii does require quite a bit of humidity, like a little bit higher than say like an Aphonopelma or even the Grammostolas and Toledocaudals. They really do need that like extra humidity. I really am lost. I don't know what happened, but I was totally shocked. Like I did not expect it. I didn't even know she was in pre-molt because she was still eating like up until that week. Yeah, she was just like in a complete ball. And I never I didn't film it. I didn't take pictures. I didn't even tell anybody because I was like so upset. I mean, I did tell obviously Mr. Tarantula Kat when it happened, and I was like, I'm so sad. Like I don't know what happened. I have some guesses, but like what I'm going to guess is that she was just a bigger, older tarantula and she probably had like some kind of issue molting. And unfortunately, the bigger and older they get, the more often molt issues can happen. But it was just really like horrific. Like I've never found a tarantula like in a ball like that. Like I couldn't even tell what was molt, what wasn't. She had already passed by the time that I found her. So there was like absolutely zero I could have done anyway. But it was just like, yeah, I wasn't gonna take pictures. I wasn't gonna make a video about it. I was just upset and yeah. So anyway, I didn't even tell Amy about this. I didn't tell anybody about it. I just was like, okay, it happened. I don't even want to think about it. So fast forward a couple weeks later, I'm in a chat with Amy and Tom Patterson, and Amy asks Tom, how much would you price an adult female Tripepii? And Tom names a price, and I said, hey, this is what happened to my female Tripepii. I would love to buy your female, you know. Then Amy DM'd me and she said, I love you, and I'm gonna send you this 4-inch female for free. So thank you so much, Amy. You did not have to do that. Like I was literally going to pay you for this, and you just sent it as a gift, which is incredibly sweet and thoughtful, and I really appreciate everything you do for not only me, but I know you do an amazing job taking care of all of your customers and all of my viewers that I send towards you. So thank you so much, Amy, for this. I really appreciate it. I've got a whole setup planned. I actually got like some really pretty cork bark, and I really think this enclosure is gonna be sick. It's gonna be like a total display enclosure. So let's get right into this. So when I removed the label, I accidentally cut some of this. Ooh, T. Celadonia sticker and a Fanghub. Also, I don't know if I ever told you guys, or I don't know if I've like said recently, but they do have a discount code to save 10%. It is CAT10. It's not an affiliate code. It's just a discount code for you guys. I usually have scissors or something. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I already see the toes. Oh, she's beautiful. I can already see this color. Oh my goodness. Look at the head. She looks like a little smaller version of Clover and oh my God. You know, the thing is that when you have a larger collection, obviously you're gonna experience more losses than say somebody who only keeps like, you know, 10 or 20 tarantulas or something like that. And it, like, don't get me wrong, it always sucks to lose a tarantula. But when it's one of the tarantulas that you have had for years, it really sucks. Like, it really, really sucks. And it does get to me, especially when it's just like so random, like something like that, something so stupid. But it is really, really sweet when you have a friend like Amy who goes out of her way to make you feel better. Of course, this is not Clover. This is not just like me getting another Tripepii and here's Clover. Again, this is, I'm gonna actually name her Petal. And I don't know if she's as big of a hair flicker as Clover was, but I guess we're gonna find out because I've gotta build her enclosure and rehouse her now. So this is the enclosure we're doing. I know it's a little big for her now, but Tripepiis grow pretty quickly and they grow pretty large. So this is gonna be pretty freaking sweet. It's cleaned out, but it has like some dirt on the bottom because I was trying like different cork barks to see like what looked good, and I had to like break the cork bark. So don't worry, it's been cleaned out. It's just cork bark dust. So we're gonna be doing some Reptisoil. Okay, I think that'll be good. Honestly, like I'd probably do more substrate if I had more, but I think this will be just fine because we are gonna throw in some cork bark and stuff. So plant-wise, I think we're gonna go with a snake plant. A snake plant is so easy to take care of. Granted, they get huge. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I have like a giant one, and that thing has been sitting there for like a year. And I think I water it like once a month. There's no direct sunlight. It thrives. So I think we'll be good with this. So as for the cork, I had the prettiest piece of cork bark I think I've ever seen. So it has all of this like lichen and real like moss growing on it. And it was like this big tube. Like I have like multiple pieces, and when I was breaking it, I guess I broke it in the wrong spot, and it like broke it into like a bunch of little pieces, and I wasn't trying to do that, so that's so frustrating. But we're still gonna make it work. We're gonna make it cool. I definitely want this moss and lichen stuff like on display. So let's see what we can do. So I did get this snake plant from like the pet store. Like, I've never had issues getting plants from them, so there we go. Of course, we're gonna use some of this frog moss to match the already occurring awesome moss on this cork. And we are going to put in a water dish, of course. One little mushroom. Where should we put it? We'll put it right here. And of course, let's do some leaf litter. Now, of course, since this is a higher humidity species, we are going to want to put in some springtails. You can see them all jumping around. So these guys are pretty much gonna help me with any kind of fungus or mold growth, which honestly, this is probably a little bit more prone to doing. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of spraying down. I'm not gonna go crazy and spray the whole enclosure because like I personally like to do like a dry area and a wet area, and then the tarantula can kind of pick where it wants to go. So I'm gonna spray this side down, and I'm going to give, of course, some water in the dish, but also I'm gonna go water the plant over here as well. And I think that this is awesome. Let me get you guys a better, closer look. It always looks so awkward from like up top, but when you look at it like this, you can kind of really see where I was going with it. It's almost like a little garden. It's so cute. I absolutely love this wood, this cork bark, just the lichen it already had on it, and then the moss, and then adding moss. It just looks so cool. And I also like this little bit of open space right here. I could fill it with another plant. I could put more cork bark there, but honestly, I want there to be like a nice big open space. Really, this has kind of come together. I wonder if maybe I should put in a little bit of this moss. I really don't like the color of this moss, but I don't think it hurt just to sprinkle in a little bit, you know? Maybe visually it won't look as cool, or maybe that does look kind of cool. Actually, I really do like how it looks. But typically I don't like this moss because it's just kind of like an ugly color, but this will just give, you know, Petal more textures, more things to play with. And yeah, okay, wow, I actually do like how that added to it. Oh my goodness. Come on. That is about as close as I'd like my fingers. She looks relatively bald. In fact, I don't think she was this bald when Amy sent me pictures of her. Ugh, oh my gosh. I feel like I should have a mask. These things are so irritating. All right, I am. Yay! She's like, no, I'm not gonna kick hairs at you. I already kicked them all on Amy. Amy's probably watching this like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. Even though she has a little bald booty, I am so into this. I love her. What happened to all your hairs? Check out her little fortress. Oh my gosh, so cool. This is great. This is so good. So yeah, I guess that's all. I'll keep you guys updated on Petal. I will for sure be including her in some upcoming feeding videos. I liked having Clover in my feeding videos because in Tripepiis, they have an appetite. Like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not and you want to be. Don't forget I have an Instagram that I use probably way too much. It's at Tarantula.kat. You can go follow me there. I also have a Patreon, a fourth wall, a bunch of links in the description. Go check it out. I will see you guys soon. Let's get into the Patreon pet picks.